Morning, everybody. Welcome to my coffee break. This is the Brooklyn Bridge. A friend of mine does a broadcast in New York, and he does tour guides, and his name is Dutch Moz. Well, this is a screenshot from one of his broadcasts, and that's the Brooklyn Bridge. I think they call it Dumbo or something like that. Well, anyway, I just thought it'd be a good backdrop. So I'm sitting in the middle of the street doing a broadcast. So thank you for joining me this morning. I'm going to make a sparkling cold brew. I already made the cold brew. Here you go. This is what it looks like. And then the coffee that I used was this Folgers Black Silk. And it says here I can do French press, or I can do a cold brew. So I decided to do a cold brew today. Maybe next time I'll do a French press. Normally don't buy. Hey Dave. Dutch Moz is somebody that I follow, and I did a screenshot one time because he said do a screenshot of the Brooklyn Bridge. So I thought I would. So I just used this as a backdrop. Hey, Rob, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Let me move this up a little bit so I can see you. There we go. All right. So I normally don't buy this kind of coffee, but I thought I would try it because one of the groups that I belong to on Facebook, a coffee group, somebody was like saying this is really good, so I thought I'd get it. It was only $3.95, so it says it makes 90 cups of coffee, 6 fluid ounces. But today I thought I would make a cold brew, so I made one last night using this coffee, and then I'm going to use sparkling water. It's called the label is yellow, so it's gonna. There we go. You can probably see it though. It's a sparkling mineral water, Tipo Chico. It's a product from Mexico. It's a hey, Lonely Lizard. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you, Dave, for joining me, and Rob. Thank you for joining me this morning. So the green screen is kind of like, you can see the label. I mean, you can see the green screen on the bottle. This is the carbonated water. Mineral water, and mineral water is supposed to be really good for you, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I like this one. I like this sparkling water. It's really good. Thank you for joining me on Twitch, Lonely Lizard, and Dave and Rob. Thank y'all for joining me on YouTube. So I have this, I'm going to try something. I'm going to pour this in my glass of ice, and then I'm going to move the camera down just a little bit. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to separate it out here. I'm just going to pour a little bit in my glass here. Sorry, it's so noisy. That lid is very noisy. Let me see if I can move this over here. And so I hope I didn't shake up this, moving it over here to the garage. I got a bottle opener. I'm going to open it up. Last night I got one of these, and see how you can see it's all sparkling already. And I guess I shook it up, bringing it into the house. And so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to move the camera just down a little bit, and so you can see, and I might not be able to see the comments, but there we go. There's my glass of coffee, and I only poured it about halfway. So what I'm going to try to do, if I don't make a mess, I'm going to see if I can do this. It should separate, and it's not. I think I was supposed to pour the carbonated water first, but it is not. Well, yeah, there it is. It's kind of, it didn't work out. Sorry. But look at that. It's pretty cool. let me go bring my camera back up. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. And so it kind of separated it a little bit. Yeah, it did. See, it's dark right here and light. But I think I should have did the opposite. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I should have poured the mineral water first, carbonated mineral water, but it did separate a little bit. I should have put the carbonated water first and then the coffee on top, but it separated. So let's kind of stir it up a little bit. Oop. Here we go. Kind of got it spilled here a little bit, but that's okay. There we go. Let's give this a try. Cheers, everyone. Oh, that is good. That is really good. The coffee's a dark roasted coffee. It says really dark. Watch out for cars. Oh, watch for cars. Okay, yeah. Well, I think this is like a parking lot that I'm in. This is in New York, and I hope if Dutch joins, he can tell us a little bit more about the Brooklyn Bridge. That's the Brooklyn Bridge right there. So this coffee, it says dark. So let's hope we don't get hit by a car. But this is actually really good. I like Tipo Chico. The mineral water here in San Antonio is from Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico. It's really refreshing on a hot day. And it's sparkling. And you can even add it to your coffee. But I think you should put it in a dark roasted coffee. I've used it before on like an Ethiopian coffee, so it was actually pretty good. Oh, you can see my mic. Let me bend my mic out of the way. All right, there we go. It's still there. Okay, that's all right. So how is everyone today? See if I can move this out of the way. This is, oh, let me show you what it looks like inside the coffee. This was only $3. This is a special series of coffee from Folgers. But let's see. It has like a seal on it to keep it fresh. Yes, dark roasted coffees do have less caffeine. See if you can see that. It's pretty dark, isn't it? This is already grounded. I normally don't buy ground coffee. I usually grind beans myself. I usually don't buy like Folgers or Maxwell House. But I thought I want to give this a try because somebody in the coffee group that I belong to on Facebook just wondering. Thanks, Dave. Well, that was a good question because maybe not a lot of people know that dark roasted coffees do have less caffeine. But this is called Black Silk. And this is a smaller container. Now, they have really big containers of this Folgers coffee. I know my parents used to like to drink Folgers when I was a kid. You do. Sorry. Oh, okay. Do you notice the difference in the taste between the Folgers and the beans? I do. The beans actually taste more fresher, and also a little bit lighter, I think. And this is very sparkly. And it's really, I think the mineral water makes it more refreshing than just drinking the cold brew. But some people don't really want to mix their I mean, you can. I saw somebody use like tonic water, but I really don't like tonic water. I guess carbonated water is probably about the same, but usually carbonated water has a really funny taste to it. You usually grind, yeah. I'd rather grind my own beans. I really like that, and also it's just kind of really cool. It makes it really loud in the house. What I had to do on my grinder, just so in case anybody's asleep at my house, what I do is I take a dish towel. We have a kind of a. I was trying to figure out something else. I want to make something like a styrofoam cylinder or something, and then put it where I can put it over my grinder and then push down the button to grind the coffee. But what I usually do is I take a cup towel or a dish towel and I wrap it around my grinder and then I press it down to grind the coffee because my grinder is super loud. They don't mind. They say, "Oh, it's just Dad grinding some coffee." Yeah. My son lost his cat, uh, Tux, 16 years old, and he developed a kidney disease kind of thing. And we noticed that he was wanted to eat a lot, and well, it turns out that was one of the signs of this kidney disease that he got. Well, what it did was it made his metabolism like rep up, and one day he just wasn't feeling well, so my son took him to the vet, and it turned out that's what it was. Really, yeah, pretty much wanted to eat a lot. I would go into the kitchen and he'd be standing by his bowl like, "Hey, can you feed me?" And I said, "I just fed you." And so I would sometimes just give him a little bit. But yeah, he did get, well, he wasn't really acting himself. So my son took him to the vet and that's what happened. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dave. That little Tux was, I have a picture of him, but I'm going to have to try to find it. He was a tuxedo cat. And that was already probably about a month ago. Um, but it's just weird. Usually when I come out of my room, if my son's not up yet, Mr. Tux would be waiting in front of my room and asking me to feed him in the morning. And then after I fed him, he didn't want nothing to do with me. So I don't remember if let me see. It'll probably take me a minute to find it, but look at my pictures real quick. Yeah, he was a he was, that was just weird. And then the next day, I mean, after that, it was just like you would expect him. Like when I opened my room, I was expecting him to be there, and he wasn't. So that was just a weird feeling. I thought I had a picture. I mean, I do, but taking a while to. Hey, Dave, I was also gonna. I think when you went to Korea, I did a screenshot of Korea, but I was gonna put that on the backdrop too, but I don't know why. Oh well, I was trying to find the. Sorry, it's taking a minute here. There he is. There it is. That's what he looked like, Mr. Tux. He was like, "Hey, you gonna feed me?" Let me see. I'm trying to close it. There we go. Can you either of you recommend a good quality home grinder? Well, yeah, it's pretty. Um, there's so many. Hey Dean, I didn't see you join. Sorry about that. They're so selfish. Yeah, well, he was. Every once in a while, he would come up to me he was really my son's cat. My son had him. I had got him. Well, I guess 15 years ago. Well, my son was a teenager at the time, and so he was more my son's cat. Anyway, the grinder. Mine's a Braun, BAUN grinder, and I actually got that at a thrift store some time ago, and it's worked for me very well. There's some that are very expensive, and depends on which one you get. The burr grinders are supposed to be really good, but I think they're really expensive. But this one I've had for a while, and I did buy it at a thrift store. I said, "Hey, there's a grinder," and I would like to try a hand grinder, but they say it takes a while. You're still there grinding your coffee. Is it done yet? Grind. Dean, today I made a sparkling cold brew coffee. I actually made the cold brew coffee last night, and then I used Folgers coffee, and it's called Black Silk. It's a dark coffee. You can see the range there. It says dark. Yeah, they're very expensive. I don't even remember how much I paid for that little grinder. Not very much, but it's worked for me. Every once in a while I see some at the store for like, well, I don't know how well they are, but some are like $19 US dollars. And but there's a gentleman named James Hoffman, and he's a former he went to the barista championship, and I think he got second place or something. But he's done a video on grinders, and from the cheapest one all the way to an expensive one, and that was a pretty good video. I've actually thought about getting another grinder, but the one I have works for me, so I think I'm going to pour a little bit more coffee in here. Maybe pour a little bit more mineral water. Mineral water is actually supposed to be good for you. Oh, let's pour some more coffee in here. It actually smells very nice. But I think, this would be a good coffee, like if you're in a hurry, and usually you use these kind of coffees. Used to have a hand grinder, but it couldn't get the consistency you wanted. I guess, it would take especially if depends on what kind you got. But it seems like it takes a lot longer. I think I'd be a little impatient. I want my coffee now. And he's in there, come on, come on. This one you can also use. What this one says, French press. They even give you a recommendation: French press or cold brew. And I think next time I'll try it with the French press. And normally you would use like a drip coffee maker for these, but put it over here so it's not in the camera. I can even change the scenery. Let's see here. Move there. See if I. Oh. I was trying to remember where. I did Dave, when you were. Here it is. I think you were in Korea. It had like the different colored buildings, and it was really cool. Let's see if I can find it. Gosh, I had thought I preloaded it. Here's one of the. This was a pretty cool. Remember where that's at, Dave? That was. I think that was one of your broadcasts. I almost stopped the broadcast. I was hitting this. You remember where that is, Dave? That was one of your Periscope broadcasts. Oh, cool. That's a screenshot I did on one of your broadcasts. Oh, Cambodia. Cool. See, we can. Dave takes us everywhere. This is pretty neat. This is the Prism Live Studio. Green. You can make. Wow, that was a long time ago. I guess I saved it. Let's see if there's another one we can. Yeah, it was a while back because I'm scrolling kind of far back from on my camera. Let's see here. There was another picture. I thought it was really cool, and I'm trying to find it real quick. If I don't close the app again like it did just now. Sorry. I can't find it now. Oh well. Here's this is the where there's the tower. See the can't see the top of the tower, but that's downtown. That's the Hemisphere Tower. I don't know if that showed or not. That's downtown. That's the Hemisphere Tower. That's not a very good picture of that. Oh, well, I think it was when you went to Korea and I did a screenshot, and I thought the buildings were really cool because they were like different colors and stuff. Oh, there it is. There we go. Was that Korea, Dave? Hey, Bernardo. Thank you for joining me. Beer break. Oh, okay. I thought the buildings were really cool. Hey, Rob, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you. Thank you, Bernardo. I'm having a coffee. That's really cool. I like that. I saw that the other day and I said, hey, that would be a cool backdrop too. Oh, coffee, he says. Let me close that. There you go. Oh, coffee. But I am having a sparkling, like a carbonated water, mineral water with my coffee today. It's actually really good. I like the way those buildings are. It's really cool. I like that. It's very pretty neat. You can go. Let me see if I can. Let's go back to. And I can even go on a boat ride. So I don't know where this is at, but this is one of Prism Live's backdrop green screen. I'm on a boat. Is there a fish there? Trying to see. Oh well. This is pretty cool. This is a relaxing going down a river and drinking coffee. So if you're watching, follow Dave in Osaka, follow Rob and Bernardo. But Dave can take us on trips. This one is actually a backdrop, but take us on a trip through Japan. It's pretty cool. And also try some different products from Japan. Like MJ, I think those wasabi Doritos would be pretty good, Dave. You're welcome, Dave. There is a Japan store here. I was gonna go back again. I really like that little store. One time I did a broadcast from there. Well, actually, I showed the store, and the lady was all. The owner was very appreciative. They have different things, and I've gotten coffees there, canned coffees. Excuse me, and it's pretty cool. I really like that. It was really nice. I'm gonna see. I should go and see if I can find what you had on your broadcast. Especially it was like a soap. It was like a popsicle soap kind of thing. That was pretty cool. But you know that'd be weird. You said it was the same name as that other product. Somebody bought that and thought that was a popsicle or a candy. That would. But wow, I've been on 26 minutes. See what happens when you have great company. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you, Dave, Rob, Bernardo, Lonely Lizard from Twitch. Thank you for joining me today. And if you can give this copy a try if you find it. It's called Black Silk. It actually was pretty good. I think I would just use it like if I was in a rush in the morning or something and wanted to make a coffee, or I can make a cold brew coffee overnight. It was actually pretty good. But again, I like to grind my own beans. So, well, thank you everybody for joining me today on my coffee break this morning. And I'm gonna put 2 videos over here and then a subscribe button right here for YouTube. And remember, coffee and friends make a perfect blend. So thank you everybody for joining me today. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more coffee reviews, or just having a chat with me on my coffee break. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time on Ken Rod's Coffee Break. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Dave. Good night, Dave. Yeah, it's kind of late for you. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Let's see here. I'll put this here. Let's see if I can move that. There we go. Right there. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, great morning, great afternoon, and a great evening, and a great night. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you next time.